It's Marvel time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the Mafex, the amazing Spider-Man in the comic book version, which is the most important fact about this figure. I don't have a single Spider-Man, and I want the best version I can get, and this looks like the best version I can get. From the pictures and everything, this one looks fantastic, but I'm here to give you the entire view of it, so let's stop this box crap and move on to the figure. Hello, friendly neighborhood Spider over here, and an absolute joy to look at, bro. I love this figure. Just by looks, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. I want to have a look at the size. He stands at about, let me straighten him out real quick. Stands at about 16 centimeters to the top of his head, which means he goes up to 6.2 inches overall in size. And yeah, I mean, look and detail of this figure. With so many figure creators having forgotten about shading, this is just a joy to look at. Look at the face sculpt, you have them big spider eyes with them black, and all the lines that go throughout the suit are drawn, I really like, with a black line. Well, some more thick than others, and they go a little bit nuts with the black on it. It's a little bit too much in some parts, but I don't know, it's barely an issue. I appreciate the fact that this figure is so nice to look at, and I just want to give you a little bit of spin around. I mean, look at all the shading, look at all the nuances in the blue and the red. It's a lot light on the chest, because that even makes sense in my head. You would make it light on the chest, because that's where, because of his muscle work, the suit would stretch and would look lighter. And then it's like dark around the abs where it goes inside, and just, yeah, I mean. Then the blue, it's a little bit metallic, and it's really nice and shiny, but they also made a lot of kind of dark, dry brushing on there, which just, it really pops, and it looks amazing. Yeah, just chock full of detail. The mold is great. They molded all the webbing on his costume, and they made, like, as I mentioned, the black lines, and then the shading, and it just makes for something that's amazing, pun intended. But you might be wondering, what's really important for Spider-Man is the, let's say, articulation, right? Because he's like a really nimble guy. How do you think the articulation is? Well, it's good. So let's have a look at it. We have a ball joint in the head, and there is really nothing blocking it, so it's really, really nice. Just can move it around with one finger. It goes to the side a lot, and goes forward, goes to the back. And then you have the neck articulation with that, so let me just move both of these to the back, both of these to the front, both of these to the sides, and as you can tell, the results are quite awesome. Face goes all the way around, and the neck also spins all the way around without any problems. Then we have these big butterfly joints in here, which lets him move the arm forward all the way. And it's so nicely molded here. It doesn't even break up the sculpt. That's amazing, once again. I'm going to say amazing probably a lot, because, yeah. Then you have ball joint in there. Got a big hinge in the shoulder itself. Bicep swivel. Double hinged elbow. And the hand is on another ball hinge, which, once again, is really nicely implemented. It looks so clean. Then we have the chest area, also rotating all the way around, forward to the back, and does go side to side. It goes far enough, does leave a little bit of a gap, but this is really a big stretch to the back and forward. Then the torso area also has some very nice rotation. Goes, I wouldn't force it all the way around. Crotch piece is soft-ish. Not really though, it's kind of hard plastic. It's not fully, but it still bends out of the way a little bit. I guess they just left not enough space for it. But yeah, overall, let me move all of it back. And then you kind of get something like this. Let me move it all the way forward. And then you get something like this. I think that's pretty good. Do you think that's pretty good? I think it's pretty good. Then for the legs, you have a ball on a hinge, which you can pull down. You have kind of like a mechanism in there to move it up and down for even better range of motion. And then the leg, the ball joint in there is kind of like makes for a little bit of ratcheting in there. But yeah, leg goes up all the way, and it's nice and tight. I just want to not break it right now, I'm a little bit scared. Goes out to the side all the way, and it goes to the back. So that's really good for leg stability. And there's a feature that's gonna blow your mind. Then we got the double hinge knees, which I think they put a lot of weight on the leg stability. And then you got the foot on a ball hinge, which rotates out to the side, goes forward, and goes to the back. And finally you got the toe hinge to round off the amazing articulation. Okay, I'm gonna stop now with the amazing. So for your accessories, you got a lot to choose from. We're starting this one off with the faces. You got like the one just regular Peter Parker face, which isn't really clean in the paint job as much. It's really weird around the ears. The face, they kind of printed it on, and it does give me a lot of 90s Spider-Man animated cartoon vibe. I mean, he did look very different in different incarnations in the comic book, so basically that's one I'm happy with. And then there's like one where the eyes are a little bit more angry angled. And then you got all the webbing over here. And you got this one, which has a hole in the front to just peg it in somewhere, I'm guessing. You do get like a peg hole for the base, which you can, I guess that's what it is for. Connect that and just kind of, you know, hang it up somewhere or something. And then I kind of move off the hands. No! Then we got one that's angled like that. You just kind of hold on with this one, and then he just kind of floats. It floats around. And then you got these variations, which you wrap around his arm, so you can have like an open hand pose, and you just wrap it around the arm of the figure. And then you have that just flying around. So, and then the tiny, tiny, tiny mask just looks weird. It's so small. Why is it so small? Like, this is the head. This is his head. It's like baby Spider-Man. And then, alright, this is, now I made a mess. You got these fist hands. It's not really fist hands, but it's open hands. To hold on to the webbing. You got two of them, but one just went bye-bye, so screw that one. Then we're gonna open hands as he's flying through the city. And I do not know why my camera has so much trouble focusing right now. Then we got the classic pointing hands for the webbing. You know, to activate the webbing, has to push in the middle, and it goes like pshh. If you know Spider-Man, if you don't know Spider-Man, what are you doing here? Or maybe you want to learn about Spider-Man. Then we got fist hands, and then the really, really special stuff. You got hands with magnets, and with that, you also got feet with magnets. So you can actually put them on the fridge or something. I totally want to try that out later. And then finally, you got the Mafex base, which is standard stuff. It's nice, you know, it's always nice to have a base, so that's that. So, how about the magnets? Does it work? Well, as you can tell, he's hanging on the side of my desk, metal desk. The thing is though, I wouldn't really recommend it because he's not on there super tightly. Now he's holding on, but I already put him in a pose before, went back to get the camera, and as I came back, he was already like... So, it's a nice idea, but yeah, you still have a lot of weight to it. I mean, it can be done, but I would always have something beneath where I can land on without him taking a dive all the time, so be careful with that. It does work though. So that's gonna bring me to the final thoughts. What do I think about this figure? Well, quite frankly, this figure is a masterpiece. And I don't say that often, I don't think I have said that at all. But there is literally nothing I can really complain about, except for, like, I mean, I need to tighten the screws of the base, but that's not a complaint. I mean, yes, the shading can go wild at some parts, but the fact that they put so much on it and gave it such a great look, such vibrant and just splooge. I mean, I love it all over the place. Now, the one thing that I have to take into consideration, the figure itself is great. Articulation, look. The accessories, he could have used the camera. I would have liked the camera, but still, magnets, cool idea. Doesn't really work great, but it does work. But finally, I mean, the point is price point. And I don't like to talk about price point, but this guy costs about, can go up to $100 or even more depending on where you're getting him from, and you have to, you know, shipping, yada yada yada. He's expensive. he's really expensive, and that's really, it seems to be the issue with Mafex I'm having right now. They have a lot of cool figures that look great, and this guy certainly delivers, but you have to decide for yourself if this one is worth $100. To me, like I said at the beginning of the review, I don't have any other Spider-Man figures. I probably won't get any other Spider-Man figures, so, you know, might as well get one that's expensive and great, but still, the price point, yeah, I mean, I can't really defend it. I think it's too much, but still, the figure itself is amazing. So for the rest of it, you really gotta make up your mind, is this worth $100 to you? And that's really it. I've given you all the information. I think the figure is amazing, and I will recommend it, but once again, if you are okay with the price. If you're not okay with the price, that's totally fine. I mean, it's a lot. So that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Spider-Man wants.